59-year-old George received terrible news. He received a call from the hospital and was told that his only 27-year-old son would be disconnected from the life support machine because his brain is already dead. The young man fell into a coma after several strokes, but his father didn't lose hope for his recovery. George begged the doctors not to kill the child and threatened them that otherwise he would end his life. Soon, the father, crushed by grief, came to the clinic, taking a gun with him. He went to the ward, where he met a doctor who confirmed that the hopeless patient would be disconnected from the devices, according to the decision of the medical commission. The desperate man began to threaten with a weapon and forced everyone to go out to be alone with his son. At this moment, George's confrontation with the police began, which lasted for 4 hours. The police surrounded the hospital building. At this time, George was praying in his son's room, holding his hand, and from time to time getting into conflicts with the law enforcement officers. George begged his boy to squeeze his hand. And then a miracle happened. The guy heard and lightly squeezed his father's palm. Then the man repeated his request once again. He did it 4 times, George later said. "Isn't it a miracle? I knew that my boy was alive, that he was not a vegetable. As a father, I always feel what is happening to my child." After 4 hours, George turned himself in to the police. He did this only because he managed to prove the need to support his son's life. Before this incident, the clinic staff wanted to disassemble the guy for organs, but now they couldn't but admit that he was still alive. That evening, George's son regained consciousness. He began to recover surprisingly quickly, and now he is almost back to normal. His father was arrested, but after a while the sentence was commuted, after which the man was released from prison and returned home. "Yes, my father broke the law," says George's son about the incident, "but he did it not out of malice. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here for a long time. Only because of love. It's all just because of love. Probably, for the sake of your child, you will go to something else. If you agree with this, share the story with your friends and family.